Knowing how to deliberately hit the ball left to right is really, really vital if you're playing on a course where there's a left to right dog leg. So we're going to have a look today at how to get off the tee, retain your distance, but create left to right curvature on the golf ball so that you can hit really well down those dog legs. Let's go and have a look at some more game-changing golf tips. Hi everyone, thanks very much for tuning into Smash Factor TV once again. My name's Natalie Adams. So today we've had a request for a particular viewer who plays at a course where they need a shot that moves left to right off the tee. A straight shot gets them into trouble. They're playing a dog leg to the right, so they want to know how to hit a left to right shot with control with a driver. So, main thing we've got to look for here to get that happening, I've set up, I've got this white pole here as the target line. So that would be straight off the tee for us. Now what we've got to do is we've got to start the ball travelling with its initial launch to the left of the centre of the fairway, and then what we want to do is get that ball swinging over to the right to help it get round that dog leg. So this white pole here is going to show us the centre of the fairway. Now I've got another white pole set up here because when we actually set up, usually you would aim the face directly down your target line, and then you would stand parallel to that target line if you were looking to hit a straighter golf shot. Now if we want to get the ball initially launched to the left, we've got to have that club face aiming left of the middle of that fairway. So here we want to get that club face aiming to the left of this white pole. So we're going to alter our position with our stance, and I'm now going to stand more parallel to this white line, because when I go to swing, I'm aiming to swing along this white line, not along that one, okay? So if we aim the club face between this white pole and this one here, so we're aiming it just to the left of centre, okay, and that's where we want to start the ball, so the face must be aiming that way as we connect, okay. Now you've got to now put your hands on in a quite neutral way to allow that face to come this way. So if you're someone that holds the club particularly in a strong way, you would tend to then close that club face as you come through impact, which now is not going to have the club face aiming where we need it to when you're striking. So make sure you've got a nice neutral position with the hands, and we're going to aim to the left with the feet line, okay? We'll still keep slightly more pressure in the right side like we would for a normal shot, but what I've got to work on now is as I swing through impact, I'm going to rotate my body, and I've got to get the club so that the club face is pointing as I go through along the yellow line that I've put out there. So I'm not letting that club face rotate in at all, and I'm kind of holding that club face just a tiny little bit more on the open side. I'm certainly not letting the club face roll over and releasing the club that way. So if I just rotate my hands on that club face so that I'm now just rotating the face slightly round to the right, or the handle round to the right. The club face is still aiming between the white poles, but it's not aiming aligned to my left hand pole here. And I'm just going to hit this shot without letting the hands flip over to close that face. If I hit that shot, now that I've got my hands on in this different position with that club face is slightly open to how I've addressed it, but it isn't open to the target, you should see that I get a nice left to right curvature. I don't lose any power off the tee, I just get that curvature and it'll help me get round that dog leg. So let's hit that shot, and then we'll have a look at the TrackMan information so you can see how that works. So you can see here the ball started left of the target line and then curved over to the right hand side round that dog leg. So the next time you're out on the range and you're working on hitting some golf balls, don't just hit them randomly. Work on hitting the shapes that you need to hit. And if you need to learn how to hit this power fade off the tee, practice it on the range, get more confident with the swing that you can produce on the ball, that left to right direction, so you can hit it round the dog leg. The next time you're playing on a course that requires that, it'll help reduce the number of shots that you need to take on that hole, and it'll help you get a much lower score. So work on that on the range, get confident with it, but take it out onto the course. It's a game-changing golf tip.